So some huge news coming out right now. Looks like everyone's trying to circle the block and get these options filled as far as this Edgar Berlanga fight. He has a fight coming up in Puerto Rico, and a lot of people trying to throw their hat in the ring right now to make this fight happen and trying to become the opponent that he'll be facing in in March at in Puerto Rico. Now he already has a date set, the venues, situation, everything is already being talked about, but it's not set in stone. But they have basically a date already in mind, and not really an opponent that's solidified yet. But it sounds like a lot of names are being thrown around and talked about. And we've seen Caleb Plant mention that he wants to fight Edgar Berlanga next, and that's a fight that he wants to have right now. And we also heard that Gabe Rosado was thinking about having a fight with Berlanga. He wants to also be an option for that fight. But a guy that people have been thinking about a lot lately is Trevor Mccumby. He says, Berlanga, stop calling out retired guys. You know I'm not playing games. You want a real challenge, I'm here. And I don't know what retired guys he's talking about. I mean, who's retired? He's the closest person that possibly could be retired is probably Gabe Rosado, but I don't think he called him out as far as but I don't think he's retired either. I know he fought recently. I think he retired like semi a little bit, but it's a good fight that a lot of people will watch. I think Mccumby is a good option for Berlanga. He's a different kind of fighter. I would say he's a better fighter than Patrick McCory as far as the style matchup. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the only option that would be in mind. But a lot of fans is actually expecting a fight like Mccumby, if it's not Caleb Plant. Now Berlanga's not gonna go all in from straight from Canelo to Caleb Plant. Then Trevor Mccumby would be a good fight to have. That was a guy that just got defeated by Caleb Plant, but in most people's mind, they would want to have the guy who was the winner of that fight. But if that's not a direction that Berlanga is trying to go to, it seems like a lot of those guys who's coming off the losses with Canelo Alvarez, they would look to have a fight that's not a contender. I would want to see a contender as far as Caleb Plant. When I got done seeing the Berlanga versus Canelo fight, a name that was in my mind was Caleb Plant. And if not that fight, then you can go ahead and fight a guy like Trevor Mccumby. I mean, he has a good style. He matches up well. I think they're around the same height. Berlanga might be slightly a little bigger, but I don't think he's that's gonna be too much of a problem. Just because the way that Trevor Mccumby was able to match up with Caleb Plant, and the way he was able to go out there and box with him and create a huge threat. And he was able to go back and forth, jab well, fight on the inside. But I don't know what direction that Berlanga will be going into, but this will be a very good fight. A lot of fans are expecting a guy like Mccumby at the minimum. Mccumby had just have had a new situation, joined a new manager, a guy that's familiar with the situation and the promoters that Berlanga is dealing with. And this possibly could be a fight that's easily made. And if the fans want this fight, I definitely would say they should press forward and try to pressure him into a situation where it's either Mccumby or Caleb Plant. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.